If it's Sunday, you know it must be Sunday dinner with Chef Joe. Hey everybody, and welcome to what is, I'm not kidding you, this is the most beautiful day today. I know we're in our studio today, so because unfortunately the tiki bar isn't ready, but man, if there was ever a day for the tiki bar to be ready. I mean, there isn't a cloud in the sky. I was out driving around town with my windows open in my truck, listening to No Shoes Radio, it was just so nice today. Anyways, not only is it the most beautiful day today, but it is I can't believe this, but this is actually 1 year ago today, this Sunday, we started Sunday Dinner with Chef Joe. So this is our first anniversary show, and I just can't believe we've been doing this for a year already. To all of those who've been watching for the full year, thank you. All of those that have jumped on board while we've been still doing this, thank you. We're going to keep doing this, okay? Pandemic ends, we're still doing this, all right? I want you guys, we have a movement building here. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. Our audience has increased so much over this past year. We are now on, we're getting multiple, we get literally an average about 3,000 views a week just on Facebook Live and Facebook Watch. We also get hundreds on YouTube, and we're getting hundreds now on Instagram, and even hundreds on LinkedIn. So all of you that are watching, thank you very much. So I looked back at that year ago show and I said, what did we make? And we made mac and cheese. And I'm like, oh, of course we made mac and cheese. It was easy. It was an easy starter. It was ready to go. And I said, well, what should we do for this year for the 1 year anniversary? I'm like, let's return of the mac. But this is the first anniversary show. So let's take it to another level. So today we're in New England, so we're making lobster mac and cheese. But not just any lobster mac and cheese. I'm giving you my secret recipe that is my family's family favorite. Everybody that in my house loves this dish. It is my daughter's absolute favorite dish. And this is what she asks for usually when it's her day. And so I'm going to show you how to make that today. So really what it is a really upscale mac and cheese, but done in the way of a risotto. So literally we call this, I call it upscale mac and cheese, but we call it in this house pasta risotto. So that's what we're going to do. But then we're going to add lobster to it. So we're ready. You guys ready? Let's do this. All right. I'm going to show you my secret. So we got a nice hot pan going here. And if you can, I always like to use like one of these Dutch ovens or some kind of ceramic, because they work, as you know, they work really well. They're very well heated. They don't stick. It's just great for things like this. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of butter. And we're going to add about another tablespoon. It'd be nice if I opened up the container. A tablespoon. That was the other thing I always tell everybody. What's great about this show is we don't edit this. So when I don't open up something, you see it all live. Even if you're watching it recorded, you're seeing all the blemishes. I love this. All right. We got about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and 1 tablespoon of butter. And what we're doing is we're just coating our pan right now with all of this. And then we're going to add to that 1 half of an onion diced. 1/2 of a regular onion diced. So you can see it. Got it, camera lady? Okay. All right. So that's going in. So as you can see so far, it really has become like a pasta risotto. I mean, like an actual risotto. We're going to treat this dish like a risotto. All right. So then, what you want to do right now is what we're doing is sweating the onions, and what that means is you're opening them up, and when they start to glisten, and when you can smell them, you're actually smelling the onion coming out. That's sweating the onions. Okay. Now, if this was a risotto, the next thing we probably would do is add our rice, or start adding our rice to it to toast our rice. Well, we're using pasta. And we're not just using any pasta, we're using a ditalini pasta. I'm going to use one regular 1 pound box of ditalini pasta. And I'm sure there are many of you out there laughing because, yeah, that's a weird name for a pasta. I'm not getting into it, but it is just a weird name for a pasta. Don't you think? I think. All right, so what we're doing is we're toasting it. And the reason I like to use this is, again, it's more like a rice kind of thing. It's not it's not an elbow pasta. It's not a normal pasta. So what we're doing is we're just sauteing that a little bit, toasting our pasta, as we call it. And then just like any other risotto, you want to deglaze it with a little bit of white wine. So I just found whatever white wine I had in my fridge, just to give it a splash, just a splash or two you're looking for. All right, and you're gonna just add that in there, and that helps with this. And then we're going to add one to our 1 box of pasta. We're going to add 1 32-ounce box of either chicken broth or chicken stock, whatever you have in your house. Right now in my house, I just have broth, so we're using it. The only thing I always tell everybody is, see how it says unsalted? Try to buy it unsalted. And the reason is, now you know I love salt. Everybody who watches the show knows how much I love salt. But the point is, I love salt because I put in the salt that I want, not what somebody else wants. So if you start with everything unsalted and on your own salt, chances are you're not over-salting something, and it's tasting the way you want it to taste. So I always try to use it. Now you can use a broth or a stock or anything like that. And so what we're doing now, as you can see, I don't know if you can point down in there, but literally what we're doing now is we're going to wait for this to come to a boil. So that's we have our broth in there, and we're going to let that come to a boil. While we're waiting, since this is our first anniversary celebration, I think it's time to do everybody's favorite segment, which is, what's Joe drinking? Well, Joe is drinking. Since it is our first anniversary show, I said, well, if everybody's having pasta risotto and lobster, well, then Joe should be able to drink whatever Joe wants to drink. So Joe today's drinking Joe's favorite drink. This is Joe's favorite drink, guys. Seriously. So anybody who knows me knows I like rum. And then I like all kinds of rum. But my go-to, every day, bring it on vacation with me rum, is Bamboo. And no, they are not a sponsor. At least not yet. But Bamboo rum. And it is from Barbados. First of all, even before you even drink it, look at the cool bottle. I mean, it looks like something right out of Pirates of the Caribbean or something, doesn't it? All right. So it's got that cool cork. It's got the map on it, right? So this rum, I love it over ice. I do drink it on the rocks, and I let it chill for just a minute. I shake it, give it a little chill. Oh. There is something about this rum. You can literally drink this like if you're like having a soda. I'm not kidding. It is so smooth. It's sweet. You can taste not only the sugar and the molasses from the sugar cane, but you can actually taste, like, they add certain spices to this that I can't figure out what they are, but I don't care because they just taste so good. Anyways, if that doesn't get me a sponsorship, I don't know what will. All right. Anyways, back to our thing. So as you can see, back to our dish. We have got this. It's come to a boil, and what we're doing at that point is, and I'm going to speed this up so our show doesn't last like 40 minutes or anything. So what we're going to do is, you want this to come down to when almost all of the broth, just like in a risotto. Now, the good news is, if you were doing a regular risotto, you would be putting your broth in increments. Using pasta, you don't have to do that. You can just dump your broth in, and because you want the pasta's going to take, will take up and soak up that broth quicker than it can evaporate. So, because as you can see, all this steam is also evaporating. So what we're doing is we want to get in, look, I don't know if you can look in here now, but it's really created a cool, almost a creaminess that's already been created from between the pasta and the butter and the onions and the chicken broth itself, the solids in the chicken broth, it's really created this creaminess. So now we're going to add more creaminess to this, because we're going to add about 1 cup of heavy cream to our dish. 1 cup of heavy cream, and we're going to bring that back up to a boil. Once we get that done, we're going to add, and we're going to again bring that. You want to bring that back up to a boil. You want to bring that back up to a boil. Let it thicken up again, but don't let it burn. So you might want to stir it a little bit. Then we're going to add 1 8-ounce container of mascarpone cheese. If you want to know what mascarpone cheese is, if you don't know, the best way to describe it is it's a sweet Italian cream cheese. It's cream cheese that you use a lot for, they use it because it's sweet. It's used a lot in baking and desserts. We're going to add 1 8-ounce container of that. Does this thing sound like it's getting a little rich? You're darn right. You're darn tootin' it is. All right. So we're going to add that in. We're going to melt that in. But we're not done yet with our cheeses. We got more cheese to go. Next, we're going to add in Parm cheese. Now, when I wrote this all down, I said, I don't know, maybe 1/2 cup. Yeah, I'm at the point now where I just let it go until I feel like we have enough, whatever. I feel like we have enough cheese. You can never have it. If I learned anything in culinary school was you could never have enough Parm cheese. Anyway, so now we're going to let this thicken up and melt out, and you put the top on it. Camera lady, let's move it on over. From that, it turns out it looks like this. So I took a lobster. Now, lobsters, and you're probably like, oh, this is really cool. Lobster, you can go to most of your grocery stores. You don't even have to do the work. You can pick out the lobster you want at your grocery store. Many of them will actually steam it for you. And you can then bring it home and serve it. So that's what I did because, hey, it's Sunday, and like I said, I don't want to be cooking all day. It's a beautiful day. So we have this beautiful lobster. I took the tail off, and I grabbed one of the claws. I got this delicious lobster meat that came from the tail that we're going to put on top of it. Right? We're not done yet, guys. Then, I think we need to have some breadcrumbs. Right? I mean, what's mac and cheese without a few breadcrumbs? I mean, not okay. We're going to do some breadcrumbs. But wait. Oh, the breadcrumbs, they didn't look like they're very toasted. So let's toast them, right? Let's toast our breadcrumbs. We're going to toast the breadcrumbs a little bit. Just like that. All right. And then, we're not done yet. A lot of times, like, people want to put truffles on it, and a lot of people are using truffle oil. Well, I was determined we weren't going to do this show with truffle oil today, but I couldn't get any real truffles. So I'm using a little bit of what they call truffle paste as a garnish for the top. This is a little bit of truffle paste for the top. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Chef Joe's very, very famous lobster mac and cheese. You now have my recipe. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you try it at home. I hope you enjoy this day as much as I am. Like I said, guys, we're on a roll. But the only way we can get this show to the next level is with you guys. So I'm asking you guys, tell all your friends. Tell them, watch this show. We post our show. If you can't watch it live, we always post it on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Chef Joe Louie. I do always post the show on YouTube within an hour or so after our show. And all of the shows that I post are on there. And so make sure that you tell everybody, because I think we've got something going. It's 1 year, baby. I'm hoping that I will see you next week, because you got to stay safe, and you got to stay happy, and you got to stay healthy, because it's Sunday dinner with Chef Joe. Bye.